Before I begin, I must break the rules of poetry by telling you what it is I need to say. I think there is simply too much at stake to be misunderstood. A call for peace and liberation of a people is not a call for or excuse to perpetrate violence against other bodies. And that being said, what I need to say is that the truest thing I know is that art should first and always be in service to its community, which is why this performance humbly asks for your participation in the creation of its meaning. I will make it clear when this is being asked for. Near the end, I will gesture and lead this half of the audience in a one-word refrain, and then gesture and lead this half of the audience in a one-word response to it. I hope you feel welcome to join. This performance is called Buoyed, Buried, Bloodied, Found. When there is a black spot on my mind, I call my mother. Hi, Mom. So if my body is like a country or something, I don't think anyone's getting homesick. I'm just saying, my body can't be a country without ground to seed with a soft seed. My body can't be a country without ground to seed with the hiss of growth. Men in white gloves tilling soil. Mom, it's just that, like, the other white girls on TikTok are telling me I'm just lonely. The other white girls on TikTok are telling me to pray to other white girls on TikTok. The other white girls on TikTok are telling me they found God. No, not that they know that they found them. I mean him. And he is a downward facing dog on a Tuesday afternoon in a studio with all the other white girls on TikTok. It's very confusing, Mom. And I don't want to admit how many times I've been some kind of god standing in the checkout line with a bottle of rosé on a Tuesday afternoon, skin slick with white sweat. I have to go, actually, Mom. I have to go. Tell Dad I said hi. Bye. You guys. The thing about me is just that, like, I really think, and do not tell my mother, I really think my body could be a country, and I would welcome everyone home. I could make a skyscraper of my scalp, brick tibias, steel lined sinew, cement blooding out from any bone hardened by the sun. You guys, the thing about my mother is the sea burying boundaries. My mother is the sea burying babies. My mother is a clock stop step on noon shadows so harsh we have only this, we have only that, from which to love each other by, to imagine every space in between becoming towards, and the holy whatever, sunsets never setting, right through, never tasted, good hands at the small of my back, never teased. I am talking about a better world. Mother, what do you want? Oh yeah, they're still here. I was literally just talking to them. I think they're wondering about the logic in this poem. I think we're all trying to figure it out, like, who is being buoyed, or buried, or bloodied, or found? Yeah. Let me put my seat for a second. Remember that song you taught me? Buoyed, or buried, or bloody, or found. came back. I don't think I'm still get a little confused. You want to talk to Dawnbee? She wants to talk. Yeah, she told me. I think we're almost there. Talk to you soon. You want to know why my mother is the sea? My mother is the sea because no mother is a country. No mother is a country if she's burying boundaries and if we're building them up bigger. No mother is a country if she's only burying babies. No mother is a country if she's made to be a clock stopped, stuck on noon shadows. We have only this, we have only that left with which to love each other. Never rising, never setting, a child for a child, for a child, for a child, for a brother, for a daughter, for a sister, for a friend. How many countries can a mother never become? Then it's gotta be someone's fault, right? I mean, there is blame. And then there are bombs. I mean, there are questions. And then there are bombs. I mean, there is fruit rotted hard to the rust of the dumpster, and then there are bombs. I mean, there are my students sitting in rows asking why, and then there are bombs. I mean, there are 7 kinds of candy bars to choose from in the checkout line, and then there are bombs. I mean, there is water so clean you can drink with your hand, and then there are bombs. I mean, there is magic always pulling itself from your lover's hands. And then there are bombs. I mean, there is my summer face coming in from outside, and my mother taking my hot cheeks in her cool hands. And then there are bombs. Mother, there is a black spot on my mind. There is a black spot on my mind. Mother, when will the water cease? I said cease, Mom. There's a black spot on my mind, Mother. When will the water cease? I said cease. You said cease. Yeah, I remember that song you taught. Mother, when will the water cease? Cease. Cease. Oh, Mother. Oh, Mother. When will the water cease? Cease. Cease. Oh, Mother. When will the water cease? Cease. Cease. Oh, Mother. When will the water cease? Cease, 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 fire, 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 cease, oh Mother, cease, the water cease, oh Father, cease, the light cease, oh Mother, cease, the water cease, oh Father, cease, the light cease, oh Mother, cease, the water cease, oh Father, cease. will light down cease. Oh, mother cease, will water cease. Oh, father cease, will light the cease. Fire cease, 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 cease. There's a white spot on my mind.